It's an unlikely dramedy about the Vietnam War. David Martin tells us all about the greatest beer run ever.
I had 50 years of telling stories about this, and 99% of the people didn't believe me.
But Chickie Donahue's tall tale of the greatest beer run ever really did happen.
What are we doing?
We're gonna run for our lives.
And is now a motion picture directed by Academy Award winner Peter Farrelly.
A guy who brought beer to his friends in Vietnam, I just immediately thought that's a movie.
What was it about that story that connected with you?
It was the sheer, hubris, the stupidity to even attempt it, but then to actually go through with it, pull it off. I love that guy.
And what exactly did Chickie pull off?
I'm going to Vietnam, and I'm bringing a beer! Yeah!
That's Zac Efron as the young Chickie, spending way too much time at his local bar in New York City.
Chickie, had you ever heard of Zac Efron?
Honestly, no.
So here's the good news. He says you nailed him.
Right.
So what do you think you nailed about Chickie?
I think I understood a part of why he did it. It comes from a pure place inside of him.
You got a good heart, Chickie. It's your brains I'm worried about.
So where did this crazy idea come from?
You don't have to go further than Colonel Lynch.
He was not really a colonel, but a former GI who tended bar and hated seeing protests against the Vietnam War, while boys from the neighborhood were fighting and dying over there.
Do these protesters not know that our soldiers see that and that it's broadcast all over the world?
In the movie, he is played by Bill Murray.
Dugan. I'd like to go over to Vietnam and track down all the boys in the neighborhood and just give them a beer.
To the boys!
To the boys!
I could do that.
Do what?
Bring in beer.
I'll go over there, I knew how to get there.
Donahue was a merchant seaman, so he signed on to an ammo ship bound for Vietnam and set out to find 6 guys, which became 4 when one was killed and another sent home with malaria.
Did it occur to you that this might be pretty hard to find 4 guys?
I thought it would be impossible, but I had to try.
Mm-hmm.
And if I failed, I failed.
Who would take the opportunity to come over here 10,000 miles just to bring us a beer?
Hey guys, right in the middle here.
Yet here they are today, Chickie and his buddies, at the world premiere of the greatest beer run ever.
500,000 soldiers and Marines in country at that time, and he finds 4 of us.
Yeah.
Amazing.
What are the odds?
1,000,000 to 1. 1,000,000 to 1.
Tommy Collins was the first.
I said, what the hell are you doing here? He says, I came to bring you a beer.
Incredibly, Chickie had barely stepped off his ammo ship when he found Collins.
Guys, this is my buddy from back home, Chickie Donahue.
Got some pretty screwy friends, Collins. This screwy friend just came 10,000 nautical miles to deliver your ass a sudsy thank you card.
So as crazy as this idea was,
Yeah.
it just seems to have been blessed with good luck.
I don't believe in coincidences anymore. Somebody wanted it to happen.
Sticking out like a sore thumb in his Madras shirt and jeans, Donahue got around Vietnam by talking his way aboard military flights.
The constant question is, who the hell are you?
I'd whisper to them. I'd say, Major, if I told you the truth, you wouldn't believe me. And it worked. It worked.
If you don't believe him, ask Rick Dugan.
I took the picture, and the picture proves that he was there.
Dugan and his platoon were manning an ambush site near the border with North Vietnam.
He found me, which is a miracle in itself. We were never in the same place for more than 2 or 3 days at a time.
The moment when Donahue found Dugan,
Chickie, I brought you beer.
You shouldn't be here.
You think this is funny?
And background?
was a turning point for Farrelly in his direction of the movie.
It's light in the beginning because you think, how silly is this? But the reality of it is not silly.
You want a taste of Vietnam? You're about to get it.
Like the rest of America, Chickie found out it was easier to get into Vietnam than get out. But his incredible luck held. He was walking down a jungle road, and who should drive up? Kevin McClune.
Chicky freaking Donahue? Who's that? It's McClune! Who? What the hell are you doing here? Looney?
This is like a free fire zone. And I pulled up next to him and I said, where the hell are you? I said, get in, get in. I said, Chick, holy Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
To look around, it looks as though the entire war has been fought here.
When the 1968 Tet Offensive hit, Chicky still had one more name on his list, Bobby Pappas, based at a huge ammunition dump attacked by the Viet Cong.
They blew up $8 million worth of ammunition in 8 seconds. $1 million a second, you know.
It was a rude awakening. The Vietnam War was nowhere near one, and Pappas started taking it out on Chicky.
I started giving them the business. Oh yeah, the war is over, the war is over. Take a look at this place. It just looked like a horror show, you know.
When he was yelling at me, I'm smiling. I had a big grin because I thought he was dead. And here he was cursing me. Nothing wrong with this guy.
So your character,
yes,
has the best line in the movie.
Yes.
He says to Chicky, you got a good heart,
but just your brain I'm worried about.
It's going to get you killed.
Right.
Did you really say that?
Yes. I was scared for him, you know. I didn't know how he was going to get home, where he was going to go.
You know by now Chicky did get home.
What effect did this long, strange trip have on you?
I was a staunch supporter of the war. But when I got there, I saw things that just weren't right. And it was just false, totally false.
Fair to say you came home with a different view of the war?
Yeah, the truth.
So which is more improbable? Your trip or the fact that after all these years, a movie gets made out of it?
The movie. That's more improbable.
I don't get it. Why are you doing this?
It's like you said. Everyone's doing something.
This movie is going to be how most people remember you. You good with that?
Oh, yeah. I did the right thing. I was letting these kids die without me helping them. And that's what I wanted to do.